So the first Christmas that I was married was pretty cool. I mean, I had a beautiful wife and life was good. And so we go over to my in-laws for the first time. It's the first time I'm part of this family, and we're going over there and we're going to exchange gifts and have dinner and all that. And we sit down and exchange gifts, and I open up my gift and bam, it was a PS2. And my old one had broken down, and I just figured I wasn't going to get a new one for a while because I couldn't afford it. And my in-laws blessed me with that PS2. It was just an incredible surprise. And since that day, I've just learned that they have been incredibly generous to both me and my wife and my family. And I was very thankful for that incredible surprise in my life. But what if there was a surprise that was going to change your life forever? What if that surprise, it was going to change your life forever and it just didn't make sense? Would I be excited about that type of surprise? So let me give you an example. Say that you're in a relationship. Think of a person that you're in a relationship with in your imaginary world, and you have somebody in mind, right? Okay. Guys, you've decided to take this relationship to the next level. And so you're going to put a ring on it and get engaged. Ladies, look down at that beautiful ring. It's huge, it's nice, and life is good until your fiance informs you that she is pregnant. Good news, bad news. It's not your kid. You know for a fact that it's not your kid. You haven't hugged her, you haven't kissed her, you definitely haven't slept with her, and you may not have even ever been to a school dance. She informs you that she is going to have a baby. How would this change your perspective about the surprise? What kind of things would be going through your mind? Ladies, I want you to imagine for a moment that you were the girl who was pregnant, and you were the one that had to deliver the news to your man, your knight in shining armor. You would feel nervous, she'd be scared, you'd feel overwhelmed, and you'd feel hopeless. And I know being pregnant can seem a little overwhelming to some of you, but what is that thing in your life that may not make sense, but has the potential to change your life forever? Have you ever felt like your life is boring? You know, you're bored, but you don't want to take that next step with God. Have you ever felt unsure about a decision that you need to make so you don't do anything at all? Or maybe you've already made a decision and you feel overwhelmed by completing it, so you're really tempted to quit. Maybe you are feeling really hopeless right now. You just received some news that's just crushing your world. Your parents are divorced. You know, what are you going to do now? Maybe you're failing your classes. What are you going to do now? Or maybe you're like that girl and you're pregnant. What are you going to do now? How is your life going to change now? Maybe you feel guilty all the time for not living up to your potential. What are you going to do now? Tonight I'm going to show you the life of a teenage girl, that God's plans for you are always more than you think. If you're familiar with the Christmas story, you'll probably understand that the example I gave was how Jesus was born. However, regardless of how familiar you are with the Christmas story, we're going to go on a 3-week journey to discover how to get in sync with the rhythms of God. Christmas is a time where we kind of slow down and we try to get in rhythm with what God is doing in this world. And our goal for the next 3 weeks is to help you capture what it means to live life in the reality of Matthew 11:28. Close your eyes for a moment and let this sink in. Listen to the words of Jesus here in this verse. Are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me, get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me and you'll learn to live freely and lightly.